Hi everybody, Nigel here, Nigel's Modelling Bench, but you knew that. Yes, Budweiser, the medicine of sleep. So welcome along. Sorry for being a day late. It's March the 1st today, 2023, and should have done this yesterday. This is the February-March roundup thing that I do every month. It's not February-March every month, obviously, it's just, yeah. So thank you to all my new subscribers. Thank you to all of you who commented and on the videos and everything. And a massive thank you to all those who contribute to the channel via PayPal and Patreon, both old and new. I've noticed some of you are sort of lowering or stopping your donations due to the, or contributions should I say, due to the current climate, and that's going to be obvious. And if you are struggling, please make me bottom of your list. But I've noticed some of you are also increasing your contributions, so you must be rich. So what's been going on, what's coming up and everything. So last month we did a lot in the way of reviews. We covered yesterday I covered the A10, the brand new kit from Academy. I've also done a review of a new Winter Wings kit I've got in from Hannants, which will probably go up tomorrow, maybe the day after. We also had this wonderful ICM Sky Crane turn up, which more about that in a minute. And then of course we also had the little ME323 Gigant. So February was quite a busy month, as was January. Going back to the A10, as I mentioned in my review about rivet counting and stuff, a couple of people have commented about the kind of, me picking up on issues and stuff. The reason I do that, I think I explained it in the video, is when someone says this is the best of something, it just pricks my ear up and I just want to go and look at it and see if I think it's the best. Many of you apparently think the Hobby Boss kit is the best, although I saw a review tonight, I think it was on Fine Scale Modelling, this guy left this 100-line thing just ripping into it. It's unbelievable. But anyway, so yeah, the reason I do it, it's not rivet counting, it's kind of, you can imagine if you went and bought a model of an MGB GT and it came with 4x4 tyres, you would say that's wrong. You're not rivet counting, you're just pointing something out that you think is wrong. And that's what I'm doing. If something doesn't look right, if a wheel's too big or too small, I will say I think that wheel's too big or too small. I'm not picking on anyone. I'm not having a go at anyone. I'm not slagging anyone off. It's just, that's the way it is. When we get to some companies, as you know, I do go a bit over the top because I'm just expecting that model to be wrong because everything they've done before is, not worth bothering with. So that's why I've done it. But somebody did point out in the comments I didn't mention the value, and yes, you are correct. You could buy the Hobby Boss and the Academy A10 and still have money left over for a bottle of extra thin, rather than buying that Tamiya F35, which is there. Where is it? There it is. So, that Tamiya F35 I think is overpriced. It's a very, very good kit, no doubt about it, but I think it's a bit pricey for what it is. So there we go. So that's what I'm doing. It's not rivet counting. It's just basically, and I know a lot of people appreciate it because I'm showing up things that I think are actually wrong that I think could be easily corrected. Okay, so there we go. But thank you, because many of you, I didn't get many. Well, I think it was only one comment about the rivet counting, but a few other people have contacted me. Some of you have asked the question, and some of you are aware of the issues I've had with Jadlam this week. I'm not going to sit here and slag Jadlam off at all. But basically, I ordered my ICM have sent me a Sky Crane, as you know. That's still stuck in the Ukraine, which is perfectly understandable. I mean, there's a war there, for God's sake. It's amazing we ever got the kit. But I bought one from Jadlam, paid for the next day delivery, didn't show up. Still didn't show up the next day. And then right at the end of that day, after sending them many messages and phone calls that got ignored, I received an email from them, or a message from them, to tell them, it was an email, to tell me that they'd actually been shipped. And it was attached to a message I sent them saying, please cancel this order, because I called eModels on the Friday afternoon at about 4:30, 20 to 5, and that kit was here by tea time Saturday. So, that was quite a difference. So I was very impressed with the service from James at eModels, and it was also much better packaged as well. And as you know, I've now got 3. So Chris, Chris Godabert from Rallycar Miniatures, he's actually bought the third one, if you like, or the second one, which is the one from eModels. I was that confident in their packaging that I just stuck it back in the post to Chris, and that's gone today, so he's getting that tomorrow, so he'll be a happy boy. So for those of you that have been asking, no, I haven't got a spare. I've got two, but I want a second one to add all the aftermarket that's going to come. So yeah, so Jadlam contacted me and apologised and everything, and apparently if you use their messaging system, the more messages you send them, the less likely you're going to get a reply. So I don't know what's going on there. So apparently if you send them messages, your message goes to the bottom of the pile. I don't know. But it was funny that they replied to me after they'd sent them, when all I was doing was asking them to cancel the order. So that was that. But that's over with now. So as I say, I'm not going to slag them off, but it's just not good customer service. And I'm finding that in a lot of places these days, as we all know. It's just rubbish. So I think in future I should use e-models. So, if you remember a little while ago, I did this. I did a review of this. This is the Airscale cockpit set for the 1/24 scale Spitfire from Airfix. And a beautiful set it is. He normally only does instrument panels and stuff, but this is a lot more than that. If you haven't seen it, go back and take a look. It was a couple of weeks ago, and it's really, really nice. And he sent me a spare one that I'm going to give away. Now, I'm not going to give it away on my channel because I don't tend to do live streams. And also the way you do it, you need people with you to go and look at the numbers that people put in. You do it, basically you choose a number between 1 and 1,000. So what I've decided to do is, as a lot of you know, Sue, Ice Queen 7, she does a live every Tuesday and Sunday at 7:30. What I've decided to do, if we do a live on Sue's channel, the moment we hit 100 likes, 100 thumbs up on that channel, I'll give this away. And it'll be, if you're on there, all you'll have to do is put a number in between 1 and 1,000 or whatever there is, whatever I decide to do. And I'll do it on my phone, on the screen, and I'll go like that and you'll see it. And then we can all amongst ourselves choose who's got the closest to it and everything. If I do it on my own, it's not impossible. So, I'm going to have to do it on Sue's channel because I don't have StreamYard yet. So, yeah, so this Sunday at 7:30, you can go over to Sue's channel, Ice Queen 7, as I say, and be with a chance of winning that. And there will be more giveaways coming as well because I've got some other stuff to give away too. So go over and have a look, and if we don't get 100 likes on Sunday, it'll roll over to Tuesday, and if we don't get 100 likes then, it'll roll over to Sunday. It won't be part of the Saturday night at the bench with Paul on with a Plastic Monkey on his channel. It won't be part of that, so it'll only be done on Ice Queen 7 Sue's channel, because that is not a chat channel. Paul's channel is not for a chat and everything. Paul's channel is all about making models. So if you haven't seen that, come and have a look. We're on at 9:30 on a Saturday. He may move it to 9 o'clock, I'm not sure. We're all building this artillery, I'll get it words out. It's an airy torpedo boat thing, and it's boring. So there we go. Back to Spitfires. My parts are still in the Czech Republic. According to the tracking, they are still in the post office, and they've been there since the 9th of January. Thanks, Czech Republic. So they won't move them forward because they didn't clear customs, and it looks like they're not going to send them back either. So I've got in touch with Airfix Spare Parts Service, and apparently got to wait 28 days for a reply. Again, fantastic customer service. Yay, that's what we want. So luckily, a guy called Rob, who was in Sue's live chat last night, has come on board, and he sold me one of his kits because apparently he had 3 of them. And that will probably be delivered tomorrow, so we can get stuck back into that Spitfire and get that done. So that's really, really good. So thank you very much for that, Rob. If you're watching, your check is it's not in the post, it's in an envelope ready to go in the post tomorrow as soon as I get some stamps. So thanks very much for that, mate. Somebody asked about the Lancaster. The Lancaster is there. It's on the other side of the room. I am still working on it, but I've got to be in the mood to work on it and also have the time. As some of you will know, Jess has been in for an operation. I've had a few health issues myself. Nothing to worry about, but it was just, I was a bit worried because I had some tests coming up and that, and it looks like the tests have proved absolutely there's nothing wrong with me. So that's brilliant. But Jess, poor little Jess, has had a major operation. She's been cut to pieces. She's full of stitches, and it's a bit of a taxing on my mind. And I'm just doing part 2 of the ICM Sky Crane build, and I've said in there, I don't know what I'm doing. It's like I'm all over the bloody place. I can't concentrate, so I really should leave that kit alone because I'm going to mess it up. But that's basically why I haven't worked on Lancaster this week. I've got the mass and everything. And as I say, I will not work on a kit if I'm not in the mood. I've got to want to work on that kit. Okay, so you can nag me, you can moan at me, you can get on at me, whatever. If I'm not in the mood, I won't work on it because I know I'll mess it up, especially something that special. So, I mean, that piece of crap, it's an airy truck thing I'm building. I mean, that, I don't care when I work on that because I don't care if I mess it up. But you know, that Lancaster's got to be special. So there we go. And finally, yeah, the Sky Crane. The one they've sent me from ICM, as I say, is still in Ukraine. The other one from E-Models has been sold to Chris, and the other one is on my bench right here now, and I'm building it, and it's beautiful. Dick, I don't want to run them down because I think they've done an absolutely amazing job getting that kit out at all. If there's one thing that we could say about that kit, it could have had some seat belts. Just wish it had some seat belts. But, you know, who knows? It could be that ICM's photo etch manufacturer has been bombed, or heaven forbid, or, you know, we just don't know. So I'm just grateful they got the kit out at all. So there we go. But you'll see part 1 is up now. You'll see part 2 coming out very soon. I don't know when I'm going to get it out because, as I say, I'm not working on it, my mind, and I've got to do a lot of detail painting and stuff in the cockpit, which takes time, but you don't film it. So, and then the build will go really fast because it's all just building then. And that's basically about that. You seem to be loving this, the 323 Gigant. This is it here. You've seen part 1. Part 2 is up next Monday at 9 o'clock, and then part 3 will probably be the final part, and that'll be up the following Monday at 9 o'clock. So I'm going to try and make that Monday 9 o'clock thing a regular slot. No doubt the Sky Crane will jump into that slot as we move forward, and probably the Airfix Spitfire as well. So got a lot on my plate, a lot to do, and of course we've got the Qatari Spitfire on the way. And that's the thing with these kits that manufacturers send you. They want to see you do a review and they want to see you build it. If you don't do that, they don't send you any more. So it's best to just play along, really. And I'm also expecting some other kits in as well, so that's going to be even more taxing. Anyway, so that's about that for this month. Don't forget Sue's channel, Ice Queen 7, Tuesday and Sunday 7:30. Once we hit 100 likes, you can win that for your Airfix Spitfire. And I've still got one, and when the other Spitfire comes, I may well do a video on how to fit it and everything, because a few people have been asking questions about that. So I may do a video about how to fit in that, because they really are, I think they're the ultimate. I personally think for World War II fighters, they look much better than the 3D printed ones, because they're much sharper. And if you think about it, the World War II fighters were actually an aluminium panel with gauges in them, with bezels and stuff. Modern stuff isn't like that so much now. So the 3D is probably more appropriate for the modern stuff. But I think for World War II stuff, these Airscale sets can't be beaten. I think they're amazing. And they're so cheap, like 20 quid for that. It's just unbelievable. So yeah, if you want to win that, Ice Queen 7, Tuesday and Sunday at 7:30. And that, I think, my friends, is about that. Any questions or anything, pop in the comments down below. If you want to contact me about anything, you can contact me through Patreon and ask any questions or anything, and go from there. So I'll do the usual now, a bit of music, and put some names up. These are all the people that are contributing on Patreon. So thank you very much to all of you, and I'll see you all soon with another build video. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.